Oh, sorry. We'll do that again.
I heard you.
City of Romulus Planning Commission meeting for Wednesday, February 18th. It's called to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. Item 2 is roll call.
I guess I'll do that. Roll call,
Oh, you're going to do it?
yeah. Mr. Long,
Present.
Ms. Krova,
Present.
Ms. Roscoe,
Here.
Ms. Freitag,
Here.
Mr. Boboade.
Here.
I'm here, and Mr. Gotfelty is excused, and Ms. Green is,
Here.
You mean Helen Jameson?
Ms. Jameson is.
She's not here.
Excuse.
Yep, we
no,
haven't
Mr.
heard,
Green is here.
Green. He's good. Or Miss Jameson.
yep, we haven't heard from her, but she could just be running late.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Item 3 is approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
Second? Who seconded it? Mr. Long? Okay.
Yes.
A motion for Mr. Krovitz, supported by Mr. Long, to approve the agenda. Mr. Long? I'm sorry, Mr. Krova.
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. McAnally?
Yes.
Mr. Bobade?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. The agenda is approved. Okay. Item 4 is approval of the minutes.
So move, Madam Chair. Support.
Support.
Yes.
Motion from Mr. Long, seconded by Mr. Green, to approve minutes from the meeting held Wednesday, January 21st. What am I thinking? January 21st. We're on Wednesday. I'm screwed up on Wednesdays. Okay. Mr. Long approved it. Mr. Long made the motion. Mr. Green seconded it to approve the minutes of the Planning Commission meeting held on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. Any discussion? Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Krova?
Yes.
Mr. Crockwell is excused. Ms. Jameson?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. McAnally?
Yes.
Mr. Bowade?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Minutes are approved.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
let the record show that Ms. Jameson has joined the meeting.
It's nice that you can join us. Okay. Item 5, comments from the public on non-agenda items. Is there anyone here who wants to speak on something that's not on our agenda? Not everybody at once. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Public hearings, we have none. Old business, we have RZ 2025-004, Bradford Airport Logistics. And you are requesting, you're requesting a zoning map amendment? And approval of the site plan?
No, traditional rezoning.
Additional rezoning, right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Marcus Tommy, the Director of Economic Development for the Wayne County Airport Authority. Apologize for my voice, I'm practicing to be a lounge singer. It's not going very well.
You're a lounge singer? I was gonna have you sing it.
I can do that if you'd like, but I may take up too much of your time. Thank you very much for having us back here again. Your prior feedback has been very important for us to make a stronger and more responsive case. So appreciate your time and consideration. I'd like to now introduce Mike Rawson from Bradford Airport Logistics.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Commissioners, and sincerely want to thank you for the opportunity to be back here today to present this. Mike Rawson, Bradford Airport Logistics, Director of Business Development. And we came prepared with an updated slide deck, but based on the feedback we received from the Commission in the December meeting, we have addressed those items, specifically asking for approval conditionally to rezone the 11.8 acres versus the full 40-acre piece. The updated conditional rezoning agreement, which we worked with the City and Wayne County Airport Authority, and believe that falls in line with the more traditional agreement. And really, if we can go through the slide deck, if you would like to go through the whole project, but we can, in the sake of time and your time respectively, we can get into questions if you have.
I don't think we have to go through the whole project.
Well, they did an exceptional presentation last month, so.
Pardon me?
They did an exceptional presentation last month on it
Yes, they did.
also. And you've got that,
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah,
to
the backup for
need to
that.
go through the whole.
Okay. And are there any questions that anyone has?
Let me open up the commissioners.
Madam Chairman? I'm looking in finding of fact and recommendations, that is page 9 of our report that we have. There are like 21 items listed, and I just want to know, are there any open items on that list that we should be aware of?
No. Like I said, the agreement has been updated. We're only requesting approval for the 11.8 acres, and then obviously we'll come back through the permitting process with the site plan.
I'm just reading through really quickly just to see if I had any additional. The property you're going to rezone 11.88, now is that going to create something that's going to be corrected or,
well, it's going to be, it's a portion of a bigger piece, and it will be split off. It will either be split off through just your standard parcel division or as part of a bigger condominium development for their entire piece, whatever the airport authority, however they decide to do it. But it's not, it'll come as part of site plan when you see a full site plan.
okay, and this has already been addressed in the
They're aware,
rezoning,
yep, they're aware of
in the
it.
agreement.
It's
Okay,
actually not addressed in the agreement, but it will come up during site plan review, which you will see. You will get a full-blown site plan when you're ready to, get going after this.
okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Long?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Carol, I want to address this to you. This property, since it's owned by Wayne County Airport Authority, how does that play into our tax base? Is this going to be revenue for this proposed building, or is this going to be with the airport authority?
So my understanding is it's going to go back on the tax rolls. Marcus probably can describe it a little further. I'm guessing you're going to want more details.
Yes, so since the property is owned by the Wayne County Airport Authority, as soon as there is occupancy, meaning when that building opens, then there will be taxable revenue then that would go to the city of Romulus.
Is that based on the building itself, or is that based on the products that's going through there?
It'd be based on the building, so the assessment would be on the square footage of that building, just as it is with other airport authority property. So when we look across the street on the actual airport, if we have a warehouse or another facility and it's occupied by a third party, then there will be taxes assessed to that facility based on the occupancy of that building. And that would be in the case of this facility as well.
Oh, thank you. That was my main concern, you know, because I have an issue with that and been having an issue for a long time with Wayne County Airport Authority, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from anybody? Carol or Lindsay, or do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so. We, did a markup on the agreement, went back and forth with them. They agreed to all of the things. Our new attorney, David Greco, was very involved in it, looked at things, had some suggestions, as well as OHM and Carlisle Wortman and a few of the rest of us. And yeah, we got everything worked out very easily.
So all we're doing tonight is the conditional rezoning.
Right.
Recommendation.
Tonight, it's a recommendation to city council.
Yeah, right. Then they'll have to come, no, they don't have to come back before us for
For site plan.
site plan, yes.
They'll have to come back, yeah. You'll see them again.
Any other questions?
Two questions. One, I don't recall if I mentioned it before. That cell phone lot that's there, is that going to be relocated someplace? Because people actually do use that. And I'm thinking with what has happened recently at the airport, now with the new blockade, people can't really sit there, so they're probably really going to be using that lot or need to as they wait.
Yeah, and our preference is for folks who are coming to pick up passengers to use both the cell phone lots on the north end and the south end. So the south cell phone lot will remain in existence. So as part of this development, the new facility will be located south on Wayne Road, and the south cell phone lot will remain. At some point down the road, if we do decide to expand the building, that'll obviously come back before the Planning Commission. But our intention is to ensure that we've relocated that lot at that time so that we can continue to maintain an opportunity for folks to have a place to sit rather than on the curb front at one of the terminals.
Thank you. Also, the verbiage in there that says that we reserve the right to do a traffic study later on as it develops, is that in that agreement?
It is, yes.
And to clarify his question, so the taxes will go to Romulus, not to Wayne County or to Detroit, is that correct?
That's correct, yes. The airport authority does not collect any taxes. We're tax exempt, so, and it would not go to the city of Detroit either.
Okay, thank you.
I had a,
Madam Chair,
I had a question, just forgot it.
one other question in regards to the airport property. When that was designated a Detroit zip code, can you kind of explain the logistics behind that? What happened with that? With that being in the city of Romulus, and then, when the airport authority came aboard, they decided to go with the Detroit zip code. Can you give some clarification on why that was done?
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I don't have that information as to how the zip code was created to become Detroit rather than Romulus. I started at the airport in 1999, and it had a Detroit zip code since then.
Back in the 70s.
Right, but I would be happy to be able to follow up with you and give that information to you so you can understand how that came about to occur.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
They probably were doing the whole thing. So they just said all of their property, all the airport property, they said, well, let's just make it all zip code.
When the airport was founded, was it not, we would have been a township at that point?
We were a township.
Yes, we were.
So I'm wondering if that had something
Yeah,
to
we
do
were
with
a
how they
township.
classified it, zip code.
Yeah.
It used to have a post office right in the center of it, too.
I remember going there when I still, there was an observation deck that you could go watch the airplanes. Actually, I didn't see it, my mom told me about it.
Okay, Kathy.
Any other questions or comments?
Madam Chairman,
Mr. McInerney?
I make a motion to recommend to the City Council approval of the conditional rezoning for RZ 2025-004 Bradford Airport Logistics to rezone 11.88 acres of a 40.52 acre parcel, ID number 80-130-99-0001-706, located at 15184 Wayne Road, from C3 Highway Business to M2 General Industrial, subject to the finalization and execution of the conditional rezoning agreement by the city attorney, which is still ongoing.
It's got, there's finalization steps that come into play when those are done, making sure it's in the correct format and all of that. So,
Okay.
content of it, he's already approved,
And
so.
This recommendation is based on the findings of the Carlisle Wortman Associates CWA report dated February 9th, 2026.
Support.
Did anybody second this?
That was second. Mr. Long.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
I have a, excuse me, I have a motion from Mr. McInerney, supported by Mr. Long, to recommend to City Council the conditional rezoning for from okay. Zoning. Zoning for, excuse me. Zoning for what he said.
Okay.
Zoning what Mr. McInerney said, supported by Mr. Long. Any discussion? Mr. McInerney?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Ms. Ms. Jamison?
Yes.
Mr. Goffeld is excused. Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Crowell?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Did I ask you?
Yes.
Okay.
If you did, yes.
Mr. Pavade?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We will recommend to City Council approval of this site plan.
Conditional rezoning.
I'm sorry, rezoning, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
You have to excuse me, I'm not allowed to go out. Especially on a Wednesday. And I left my water in the car.
You know what, I was just gonna go and see if I can find.
Okay, so we're done with Bradford, right? Next, we have new business. We have SPR 2023-005, new Malwa Express. Is it Malwa Express?
Yep, new Malwa.
Malwa?
Yep.
Sounds like I got gum in my mouth. Is that Malwa?
Oh, it's all right. You want to wait for your water?
No, that's great.
Okay.
And your project is to construct a 25,770 square foot warehouse, truck repair, office, and truck wash facility. And you are the representative?
Yep, I'm here with the owner and the potential builder, the
Well, you know-
engineering company.
You two guys.
Yeah.
No, you've both been here many times.
Yeah. My name is Michael Brock. I'm with Hennessy Engineers at 13500 Reek Road in Southgate. We're here tonight for the new Malwa Express, located at 29057 Hildebrandt, which is just east of Middle Belt Road.
Thank you.
It's on the south side of Hildebrandt, and New Malwa actually owns and operates their trucking facility on the north side of Hildebrandt. So they've outgrown their building and property and are wanting to construct this new facility. There we go. The property consists of 13.76 acres, made up of multiple parcels. Manny, the owner, did submit for a lot consolidation, and I believe that's been approved by the city, but it won't get issued a tax ID number until the end of the year. The streets and alleys within the property have all been vacated. Out of the 13.76 acres, approximately 9 acres are to be developed at this time. So they're not using the entire piece of property, they're just using a portion of it. The property is zoned MT, Industrial Transportation, in which the proposed uses are allowed. And the property is surrounded by MT zoning, with the exception of the C2 parcel where I believe there's a hotel that's being built there right now. So there's our site plan. Like you mentioned, there's an approximately 26,000 square foot building. It's set back 131 feet from the right-of-way line. We're proposing a new entrance onto Hildebrandt Road. I believe it's almost in the exact same location as a roadway. I forget the name. Central? I think that might be Central Street, the vacated Central Street.
Or is that Lorman? I'm trying to compare the site plan. Is it Lorman or is it Central?
Central, I believe it's Central.
Central is
Lorman-
vacated.
Yeah. Lorman is at the end of the property, that's been vacated up to that point. The Lorraine on the east side of the development, that's still a street. However, it's barricaded off, and I think it has been for some time.
What will become of Lorraine? Will it be,
Either one of the property owners wanted to develop it in the future, or it may get vacated depending on, it right now is providing access to some of the, if you look at the summary report, you can see the outline of the entire property. You can see down, in this area that's more green, that's not part of the development, it needs access to some of those roads.
Yeah, if you look at the zoning map that I have, the new Malwa Express that I kind of highlighted in yellow, and it shows Lorraine, and there's some parcels on the east side of Lorraine that still need access to them, should anything be developed back there.
okay.
So legally, I think they need access. You can't vacate a road and not leave somebody access, so that's why Lorraine is still open. Not that it's used, because like I mentioned, it's barricaded off, but it's still open legally. And I wanted to mention, although the original application listed a truck wash within this building, there's no plan to build a truck wash at this time. So, nor in the future, I don't believe, you know, that was part of the original plan, but we've since eliminated the truck wash from the plans.
Why I didn't find it on the drawing.
What's that?
That's why I didn't find it on the print.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, it was listed in the original application when we first submitted.
Right.
God, it must have been over a year ago by now, but we've worked through a lot of things, and the truck wash is no longer part of it. So, we are requesting 6 waivers. Not sure if you want to go through them. First one's the detention basin, located in a front yard setback. I know we've done that several times. With the building appearance on Lorraine or Hildebrand Street, I think that's because of materials on that face Lorraine, you know, the one that's closed off. The landscaping adjacent to Lorraine. I know that, I think Lorraine is still considered a front yard setback because it is an open street. But like I said, there's no traffic down there, no anything, so we're kind of want to reduce some of the landscaping on that side. And I think the ordinance calls for a 4-foot berm along Lorraine, and we'd just like to keep it as is.
Isn't part of it grown over?
Pardon me?
I said, isn't part of it grown over?
Oh, Lorraine Street? Oh, last time I was out there, yeah. I think there's actually somebody cut a ditch in so that traffic can't get back there, and I think there was a history of dumping, back there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's unused right now and blocked off. Nobody really goes down there.
Pardon me?
Nobody goes down there. It's an unused street. It's a street, but it's unused. There's nothing down there.
Right. But somebody owns that property.
Yeah, on the other side of the range, somebody
Right.
owns it, so legally, it has to remain there.
Right.
For access.
Right. The sidewalk along Hyde Park, there's and Lorraine Street, we're requesting a waiver to not construct the sidewalk along Lorraine since there is no foot traffic down Lorraine. And Hyde Park, there's only a small portion where the detention basin is along Hyde Park. And there's a waiver for the trash receptacle location because it's not technically in a front yard setback, but it's visible to Lorraine, I believe. But again, Lorraine does not get used. And we are asking for 1 variance for the overhead doors, which are facing Lorraine Street, which again, does not get used.
You'd have to go through the BZA for that.
Yes, yep. Yeah, I just wanted to make everybody aware that,
Sure.
that we are going through BZA. As you can see, there's ample room for both trucks, semis, and the fire trucks. There's ample turning radius for any kind of truck that'll go in there. There's a 4-foot high berm in front of the building on Hildebrand Street. And with extensive landscaping, even though, we're asking for a reduction of some of the landscaping along Lorraine Street, we're still providing ample landscaping over there. And we have a lot of landscaping around the detention basin. And there's kind of an overview, an aerial overview of the development and what we're proposing and what's remaining of the property that isn't being used at this time. Yeah, and you can see that Lorraine Street to the east, which would be the top of the development, that's a street that kind of leads to nowhere. And at this time, I'll leave it up to Nino. He can come talk about the building and the appearance of the building and the materials.
Good evening, Nino DiDomenico, D&G Building Company. just want to go over some of the building materials on the building. The front office area will be a masonry structure. Colored block, split face colored block on the front. The orange panel on the front entrance, that is their corporate orange color. On their trucks, it says New Melwa, and it has that orange brand on there. The warehouse in the back will be a combination of colored split face block and the gray panels in the warehouse portion. That's the renderings.
Thank you. Thank you, appreciate it.
What is the orange? Is that a sheet metal or is it
It's a metal panel.
not, is it like a bent metal spray painted? I'm trying to understand.
No, it's integrated color.
Okay, integrated.
Yeah, it's power coated panel.
And as you can see with the floor plan, you know, we have a repair area, a large repair area, the warehouse, and, you know, there's no truck wash there anymore. The office area is a two-story office area, that's why there's a second floor plan. Then we have the building elevations that show the overhead doors in the front of the building.
What is the, go back a slide.
Sure.
Proposed roof for shed for cleaning.
Yeah, I was just gonna let Manny come up and explain his business, explain his logistics, and I think he's gonna talk about that as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Manny. I'm the director at New Malwa Express. So we are currently, have been in city of, in Romulus for the last 5-6 years on Hildebrand. And now as we are looking into, development for our own terminal, we run a logistics transportation company. And a lot of our, our trips that we are running are from Michigan down to Texas, or, Midwest and all the way down to Texas. But the terminal that we're proposing to develop is basically for all of our need. Even the repair facility is to perform repairs on our trucks. It's not for outside repairs. And the same goes for the warehouse. And then the office building, we have an office personnel of about 8 to 10 people right now that run dispatch and safety for our trucking company. So that's primarily what the use of the office will be.
And I guess with that, we can open it up to any questions or comments anybody might have.
Open to the commission.
I have a question. Through the chair, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
I was a little confused as far as the orientation because there's so many streets there that have been abandoned, but I believe it's Hyde Park. Hyde Park is the street that is to the west of that facility?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it doesn't abut the property. The Hyde Park only abuts the detention basin.
Okay.
You see that it kind of, the property kind of has a little L shape there at the end.
And my concern with Hyde Park and to the west of that facility would be the proper screening so that the people who are staying in the hotels are not looking out and seeing, they have a little bit of a screening there. I guess maybe my question would be to Lindsay if that's the proper screening there for the Hyde Park, the west side? Because Because I know we're giving waivers, or they're requesting waivers for some of the other stuff.
So we were not the firm that did the review for the landscaping. However, along that, it's technically a side yard, and so there's not the screening required there as there would be along the frontage, even though those properties to the west of this are not currently being used, I believe.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there. Okay, so those are still buildable properties.
Right.
So something could be built there, and then they would have some screening. And then the other portion is Lorraine. You're asking for some waivers dealing with Lorraine. Do the property owners also own the properties on the opposite side of Lorraine?
No.
No.
There, you can see on this, I forget the name of that trucking facility. What is it? Milestone Leasing? They own the property on the west side of Lorraine, or I'm sorry, on the east side of Lorraine.
Okay.
And they're mostly developed right there.
It's really not big enough to develop anything on then. It's just a kind of a sliver piece of property. It was the old Army barracks, I believe.
Oh, yeah, this property is.
Yeah.
Actually, Manny's property was the old Army barracks.
Okay, so even if we grant the waivers that you're requesting for the Lorraine side, it's not really affecting anything on the opposite side of the road because that's already owned by that trucking company.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a tree line, you know, on the east side of Lorraine that's pretty mature, well grown.
And if I look at your map now, there is a lot of property in between the hotel that's being built for the last couple years or so, and
It's been a while.
in your facility. It looks like if there's big enough, property big enough there to build something, and it also has a buffer.
Yeah, and, you know, I kind of viewed it as the detention basin being a buffer as well. You know, because it's not a huge detention basin, but it would be landscaped and, you know, it should look pretty nice.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Long?
Yes, thank you, through the chair. The building itself, now you'll be doing repairs and maintenance on your vehicles, but when you're speaking of the components and parts for those repairs, would that be on an order basis, or would it be stocked there at the facility, and would it be placed outside or inside? Will you be changing tires there? Will you be having fuel on the property and everything like that? How do you plan to eliminate potential problems with supplies?
Yeah, there's no outdoor storage is being proposed as part of this. Everything would be inside. If you want to.
Yeah, and as for the parts today, even like where we are on Hildebrand, we order parts and we do just basic repairs on the trucks. We're not, everything else, engine work and anything that involves fuel, all of that goes back to dealership for us. We're just doing basic, you know.
No major repairs?
No major repairs, just minor repairs, so, yeah, we just have a fleet of two mechanics.
Madam Chairman, through the Chair. So if I'm correct, or please correct me, Carol, if I'm wrong, the PIPP, the pollution, that will address how they deal with spills and
Yes.
oils and things like that. So that'll be submitted as part of this.
Right.
Yes.
You know, in that, we're seeing that in a lot of reviews. It's associated with a lot of the uses that we're looking at. The ordinance under the special land use conditions, or the conditions, in this case, because it's MT, it's not a special land use, it always said the planning commission may require that. That ordinance actually got updated to say, shall be required during engineering. And, you know, we kind of let it happen during the engineering review or construction review. Fire looks at it, right? It's primarily a fire department thing, but.
That's all I'm looking for is reassurance that
Yep.
somebody will address those
Yep.
issues.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because I think their comment on here was, they would put the PIPP in if it's necessary.
Right, it always is.
But we're saying it's necessary.
It's necessary. If something comes up during engineering that, say, I don't know, they did one a year before or something because it was a new development, you know, there could be some unusual situations, but for the most part, on uses like this, they want them, so.
I'm sure Jeff won't give them a C of O unless they have it.
That's right.
There's a file.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Another question in regards to hours of operation. Are you a 24-hour operation or?
Currently, we're not, we're until about midnight and then open back up at 6 a.m.
In the, as far as the trucking goes, how many vehicles per day?
About 10 to 15 for the traffic of exiting and entering the yards, about
Yeah.
10 to 15. We do a lot of long hauls, so once the drivers are gone, like Monday, they don't get back till about Friday or Saturday.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. That's what I wanted clarification. Thank you.
You're basing that on how many trucks you're seeing right now?
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? I have one. Thank you.
Madam,
Go ahead.
yeah, just for Carol and Jeff, is there any possibility that Lorraine may ever be used?
Not that I mean, not without something potentially happening with one of these two the one's already developed, and then when this one's developed, not without something changing on that front.
Yeah, because that's my only concern is that we allow the waivers for the trash, especially that, and then the screening, and let's say in 5 years he moves or is no longer there, or the other side, then we do have a problem with screening if, let's say, one of them decides they need that road operational for whatever their business might become. Because as of right now, we're making the decisions based on what it is right now, but it doesn't feel very futuristic thinking, because we're hoping that Romulus continues to grow and change, which means so will the businesses. So I wouldn't want us to get stuck into a place where, well, it made sense 5 years ago, but now it doesn't. So are we not thinking forward enough? Because that is part of the planning problem, is if we don't think far ahead enough.
Well, actually, this area is, we keep hearing, we know it's barracks, it was used for housing, it was used for totally different uses, and much of, we've been trying for years to get these parcels all assembled, vacate the alleys, vacate the roads. The reason that we've got to keep the ones open is because it's typically some of the properties to the south. The ones across Hildebrand, this is a big chunk coming together. It'd be nice to pick up those other few pieces that abut on Hyde Park, which, who knows, maybe they will in the future. They're tough sites to develop for trucking. They're kind of small and narrow. And then going to the other way with Milestone, same thing. At some point, getting them all consolidated together. And then the access to the properties to the south, they have access off of Middle Belt. So while you keep it open to get back there, they still do have that access off of Middle Belt. So we're just liking the idea that these are getting consolidated. So they are dumping grounds when they're not, these vacant little pieces of property just are just problematic all the way around. So getting these things vacated and having that right away become part of property that could be more useful, in the future, is really what we've been trying to, that's been our goal in this area.
Yeah, and if I could mention something, Manny has been trying to purchase the parcels to the, south and, or not south, east of Lorraine, south of Lorman. I mean, he's been in talks to purchase those parcels, which would allow him to vacate Lorraine, essentially. If he owns all of that and combines them with his parcel, Lorraine could actually be vacated. So he's been in talks with the owners of those parcels. try to purchase them.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, in regards to the 100 or so spaces for parking and everything, will you be leasing to other companies that parking spaces, or how does that work? Will it be all under MAWA?
No, it'll all be strictly for Nemo. You know, where we are right today, we're kind of limiting to our space so that with this proposal, we just want to keep this terminal for, you know, our trailers and our trucks.
All right, thank you.
Through the chair.
Go ahead.
So would you be doing cross-docking at the facility?
Then again, no. The reason why we have that is today, if any of our trailers, we empty them and have to do any repairs, that's what that is for. We're not like storing anything in the warehouses as of today, and we don't offer like warehousing services to any of our customers. And to kind of elaborate on our customers, we service GM and Honda and Chrysler. We do a lot of automotive, so in case of an emergency or if the trailer, something is wrong with the trailer, if it just needs to be unloaded and fixed and reloaded, that's what we're using the warehouse space today.
So how many trailers do you think at every time T you might be storing on the property? Because we want to make sure that it does not also turn into kind of like a short-term, long-term lease type arrangement, because you have a lot of space, and based on what you do, I don't know if you need 123 spaces.
Well, with the automotive business, for every truck, it's up to like 3 trailers that are needed for the business. And I mean, we're running a fleet of about 50, 60 trucks today, and proposing 120 spaces kind of seems, you know, ideal, because a lot of the automotive, they do take, you know, all the holidays and the downtime. So when it comes to like the long shutdowns around Christmas and New Year's, the space would be readily used for that time.
So it's not only repairs you'll be doing, you'll be storing trailers on site.
Yeah, that's what the back end of the parcel is where all the trailer parking will be. But there are trailers that will like basically go out to, you know, do the load that we pick up and head out, you know, with the trucks that are going for the long haul.
You'll be loading on site and offloading on site too?
No. I'm saying the trailer space, the parking space for the trailers will be used, and then when the drivers are taking it to go pick up their loads, that's the trailers that they're using. That's what the need is for the 120 trailer spaces.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? So basically, you'll have a lot of trailers on there, and then the tractor will pull in, get the trailer, and go wherever they're supposed to go. But when they're in your lot, when they're parked, they're empty.
They could,
Or are they
they
full?
could be loaded with dunnage, like, we have to kind of wait on appointments, so if their loads are picked up, they might have empty racks, they might have auto parts, they might be empty. They're stored here until we have to go make the delivery. We go down to GM Arlington, down to Laredo, so, and they get reloaded with dunnage that goes back to some of the suppliers here in Michigan, you know, in Detroit and Lake Orion. So a lot of the trips that we do are round trips, so we pick up the load, and then we deliver it, but then drivers come back and take their reset, so that load is brought back to our yard until it's running the next week.
How many trailers do you have? How many tractors do you have?
We have 55.
55?
Yep,
And they're pretty much in use
they're all in use
every day?
every day.
But they're not gonna have 55 coming in here and get a load and go.
No, about 10 or
Stay.
15 leave every day, say like Monday, 10, 15 leave, and then Tuesday, 10, 15 leave. But the ones that leave Monday don't come back till Friday. And then the ones who leave Tuesday don't come back till Saturday. So it's kind of like a, leave and come back on a rotation schedule.
So they go deliver their wares and then they come back.
Yeah, the drivers usually based on their hours of service, they take like a 30 for reset. A lot of the drivers that we have are domiciled out of Michigan, they live near Romulus. They go out for their load, when they come back, they stay at home for 34 hours, and then they come back, get in their truck, and go back out for the next trip.
Gotcha.
So, Madam Chair, Carol,
Mr. Long?
yes. On these recommendations, would you have anything else that you would like to make comment on as far as the recommendation?
No, Doug Luan from Carlisle Workman did a very thorough review, and you probably noticed this in a little bit different format. We did one review already. Actually, this is, I think, our third review. And so, his everything in red are some of his, final comments. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff was caught. There still is some housekeeping stuff. Much of it got on the record tonight. So the plans definitely need to be, revised and cleaned up some, but, other than these waivers that you need to take action on, they do need a trip to the BZA for that variance, but otherwise, no, it sounds like everything either got discussed that was in the package, or you guys have talked about it tonight. Do you see anything else that was in any of these comments that needs to get?
Cleaned up? No. I mean, property, it's all zoned MT. I mean, the use that they're proposing is allowed in that district. It's actually, for a trucking operation, the way they are long haul with 10 to 15 a day, and then they're gone for a while, and it's not like all of them every single day. It's not a super high intense use, so it's actually I look at it as a good fit for this MT zone property that hasn't been developed for a long time, that's got the opportunity to have development come.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Would you like a motion?
Yeah. A motion would be in order.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Mr. Corley, yes.
I'd like to make a motion that the Planning Commission approve the site plan for SPR 2023-005, New Malway at 29057 Hildebrand, subject to the following 5 comments that are listed in the planning summary report.
Support.
Support.
Second it?
Yes.
Okay. I have a motion from Mr. Provis, supported by Mr. Green, to approve the site plan for RZ 2023-005, New Malwa, I feel like funny saying it, Malwa.
Melwa?
Oh, wow.
New Malwa Express.
Yeah, add a correction, it'd be SPR 2023.
What did I say, 2025?
Is over, RZ.
Say 2025.
You said the number right, you just said it should be SPR, not rezone.
Oh, I'm sorry, SBR 2023-005. Okay. Subject to the 5 items in the, excuse me, in the planning report. Any discussion?
Green, Mr. Green, second.
Yeah, I know, he seconded. I said that already, I think.
Yes, you did. The only discussion I have is what will become of the existing building that you're in?
I don't know, are you gonna keep it or sell it?
We don't own it.
Oh, they're leasing it.
Oh, okay.
You're just renting? leasing.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Grova?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. McAnally?
Yes.
Mr. Boguade?
Yes.
No, Mr. Clarko? Mr. Long?
Yes.
Ms. Jameson?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you. We'll get these few items cleaned up and get it into the planning department for, for administrative review.
Great.
You're going to have a grand opening, right?
A grand opening? Sure. 2 weeks, we're going to be trying. That'd be nice. Manny wishes.
I give Manny credit because you went around and you must have bought up all those pieces of property. And that's probably a lot of work, all those little sites.
The rain situation just always keeps coming in all of our discussions, and we've tried numerous times. It's just, but we're here and we've, gotten all this combined to.
You're on your way now.
And we just look forward to, getting this project going.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't find any old foundations that are there.
Those buildings are there. They were there.
It's been empty for a long time.
Constructed, yeah.
Several of them burned down and then got demolished.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, that's right. We can continue.
Please.
I'll tell you what. Next, we have PC cases involving advice or input from the Planning Commission.
Not me.
I have one, it's not necessarily a PC case, but I do have one that I've been talking with there's a few sites on Middle Belt Road that are all houses, they're all zoned M1. There's one specifically that's on the corner. They had actually redeveloped, I can't remember the address, I think it's 6837 Middle Belt. They did paving, did everything, and they got it to a residential C of O, and now the property, they're looking to sell the property because they were get it to a commercial sale. And one of the questions that keeps popping up is either to run either a Toro business there, which could possibly be allowed, or another one is there's somebody that wants to rent it as an office, but it's for an auto sale. And with that, we have to sign, there's a license that's got to be signed, so I've been telling them no. Now, part of what they continue to ask is that if they were to put stipulations where they were going to be an office only, no cars on site, but they need that license to be able to buy, sell. They have a lot in another city where they sell these cars. They don't do any repairs or anything on site. The guy's really been asking and pushing the last probably 2 weeks about this. I continue to tell him no. And the more and more I think about it, I'm like, well, if they never have a car on the site, I don't know if there's stipulations on that we can put on. I don't know. I just figured I'd bring it up here because these are kind of popping up a little bit. There's about 5 or 6 houses there. It'd be great if somebody bought them all. They're just frontage. They're not real deep properties at all. They're just front, like a bunch of little houses, all zoned to M1, and they've been kind of popping up the last couple of years.
Don't they have a license where they're selling them from at the other lot?
He wants to move his office, he wants to put an office here and have a license there and continue to sell them in the lot, so they don't have, I don't think they have a license on that lot. They probably have a license at an office they're leasing somewhere in a different city.
So we've Steve Hitchcock did a legal opinion on this, investigated this several years ago with the state, that when we signed these forms to the state to allow a dealership, so as you may recall, we just updated the vehicle use section of the ordinance. Dealerships now need
2 acres.
2 acres,
2 acres, yeah.
which is, we've been trying to, just kind of get these under control. And as Jeff said, in an ideal world, all these little tiny pieces, we'd love them all consolidated in some more useful thing. But in the meantime, we have a lot of people that are looking for dealership licenses. One of the things that he came up with is that even though the state, you can't condition that signature on the state that this is for internet sales only, because of course everybody's internet sales. Or so they say, and some days they are and some days they're not, or the use changes, they pull in a partner that they've got cars. Cars tend to emerge, they come. What his suggestion was is to use the building department, and I think there were a couple, I'm thinking about this now, it's all kind of coming back. Put a condition on the C of O, that the condition of the C of O is there to be no cars parked in that big paved area.
Yeah, and I've
then
thought-
it goes into code
Yeah,
enforcement.
and
there
I've
is.
thought through that, and
Yeah, can you do that?
I could, but it's just a weird, that's kind of why I'm
Yeah,
bringing
that-
it
well,
up here, just to see if anybody's
well, it
got
becomes an
opinions on it.
enforcement.
because-
Wouldn't it be just like Carvana? Like, because they have an office in Livonia, and like if you go there, like they got the cars in the glass tower, but they're not selling those cars. It's just like a display type
Just
deal.
for show.
But they still need the license.
But they gotta have a
Right.
license signed to the address to
So
be
when
able
the
to.
dealer, it's,
Yep.
you're signing for a dealership use, and it's two forms.
It's like they don't sell cars
they-
on the
this
lot.
one they
so I
only
was
want one
thinking
form.
about what you're
They
saying,
don't-
if
don't
he's
they need
gonna
zoning
use it,
compliance and-
have a
Well,
lot
they-
somewhere else,
compliance,
and he's selling the
It's
cars
zoning
there, but
compliance.
it's just the office there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they're, and like I say, I've been dealing with a few different ones, and for a while now, I've been just directing them as, it's a no, you need 2 acres, these are 1 acre
Right,
parcels.
yeah.
I'm just,
Has Greg looked into
I like
that?
to get empty buildings filled somehow, some way.
I remember, like, and here's just something I saw years ago, maybe it's still there, I don't know. Pelham Road near Ecorse and Van Born area, there was like a cemetery office. Wasn't a cemetery, but they sold tombstones, they
Yeah, they
sold
sold-
plots, you could go in there and do your business. And I'm thinking, okay, it's similar thing, it's not a cemetery, so it's not zoned that way, but it is the office for the cemetery. I mean, if you're not physically putting cars on the lot, there's gotta be a mechanism where it can be used as an office.
Yeah, and I believe that as well, I think so too, it's just, it comes down to that, whether the decision that, whether we're gonna sign that dealer license at that address, even though if I put a stipulation on the C of O or conditions that you have to, no cars can be on the lot whatsoever, and if it's just an office, that's just something I'm kind of working through right now.
I think Dave might, having the attorney look into
Yeah.
it deeper, that what it is there's a zoning compliance form and then there's the city, his C of O form.
C of O, yeah.
It's the zoning compliance you're checking off. Basically, you're saying, yes, a car dealership is allowed in this zoning district and for this property. Well, the property, it might be allowed in the zoning district, but the property's less than 2 acres, so it's not allowed. It does not meet zoning compliance.
Right.
So you can't then take that and say, well, it's a dealership, yep, that's allowed. Yeah, it's less than 2 acres, but there's no cars there. You can't, the state doesn't allow you to put the buts, but this, but, and, or if.
Can you do it through variance,
It's the state. It's the state. And so basically what we're doing is going through a use in our zoning ordinance, and even though it says you can do this in the Vining Road Overlay District, you can build an industrial building if it's 350,000, it can't be any more than 350,000 square feet. So for us, yeah, we could go seek variances to these things. On the state of Michigan form, to get that use approved, it's yes or no.
Well, yeah, the
No.
forms, there's multiple different forms for whatever, for the different things they do. There's like the sale form, there's like for parts, there's like 4 different classes, I think, so that determines it. It basically is asking if the community, if this meets the zoning and they're allowed to do this specific. So some of them, depending on what they need 2 forms, they need 3 forms, they may need 1 form, depends what their intensity is. But, it's just our zoning doesn't allow it. There could be, I've thought about the variance side of things. I've thought about stipulations on a C of O, but right now, the no's been the answer, but I know this site, they did a lot of work on this site. Now they're trying to sell it. They're not getting loans for residential, which obviously we have it zoned M1. They're allowed to have a residential use because they have an active residential C of O now. They did all the stipulations when they bought it in '23 that got it to that, got the C of O for that. Now they're selling it and they're having issues with loans for residential because it's zoned M1, although it's an existing non-conforming, can remain that way. or they have to turn it into a commercial, and obviously, right now, the users that they're getting are that. This was the only one, the other ones have been easy no's. This was the only one that was like, well, maybe there's some potential there, but I still, you know what I mean, I'm still leaning on the no, but it's just something I thought I'd bring up for discussions.
How
Is it
far-
enough for a brake shop?
Is that a permitted use in M1? Even if you have 2 acres?
Yes,
If you have
it
2
is.
acres and it's
Yes, it
permitted
is,
use?
but there's stipulations in our ordinance that we just changed, that they have to
Yeah.
have at least 2 acres.
It used to be 1 acre, so I mean, it's not like it didn't have that stipulation, you know, size.
Where is the lot in, and where's the office, the sales office?
The office would be the house, the lot would be in a different city.
Oh, in a different city?
Yes.
So would they have to come back to the house to do the paperwork?
No, my assumption is they would probably come to the house for buy and sell, like office, whatever, but the car wouldn't actually be there. The car, they're looking at the cars in different areas, whether it's on that other lot or if they're just buying them online. So that, I don't know all the ins and outs because I've just been a pretty hard no for them. It's just something it's been on my mind for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
The
So
thing I
all we
would-
have in our city is the office,
Yes,
and the cars would be someplace else.
yes,
So that city would have to worry about the cars.
yes.
The thing I'd be worried about is setting precedents
That's-
down the road.
yep.
And then, that's why they tightened up all those dealership license from years ago. I remember back in the 80s and 90s, everybody was working out of their garage. And I remember buying a vehicle out of someone's garage, and you had a little showroom in there. But that was years ago. They've changed a
And
lot.
we have, in the last few years, we've done a lot of work to ensure that it's not simple to just open up a used car lot and work on cars and have cars everywhere, made changes in the ordinance, and, so yeah, I agree with that. Like I say, I've been a no on it, it's just one of those ones I've been thinking about. They've been trying to figure out something with that property for a while. They tried to buy the neighbor's property, they don't wanna sell, they live there. So it's just kinda one of those ones that somebody may have to figure something out, or it may sit there for a long time until more property can get purchased to combine with it.
Yeah, that's what I'd be afraid of, is being able to tell no to the next person who comes along with a little
Yeah.
quarter acre or something.
Yeah. Cool, but yeah, that was it.
So the triggering aspect is that license, because they could use it as an office, but
They could
because
use it
they
as-
want to use that license, then that wouldn't stop them from saying someone did go out to the lot, saw the vehicle, come back to the house to sign the paperwork, and they deliver the vehicle at that spot, so they pick it up. So
Yeah.
technically, they are selling the car from
Yes, they
it,
are.
even though the car is not housed there, but it will be delivered there because we know how dealerships work.
Yep.
So yeah, that would probably be a hard no, because it's too hard to police that.
Yes, yes.
Is that it?
That's it for me, yep.
That's it for you?
Yep.
Reports on interest designation. Ms. Roscoe?
I don't have a whole lot tonight, but I do want to remind everybody that on February 28th, from 9 to 2, they'll have their annual dog and cat inoculations, all your vaccinations. It's going to be at the Romulus DPW, which is at 12600 Wayne Road. And if you need more information as far as pricing and everything, and it is on the Romulus.gov website, the whole flyer and whatever with all the prices and everything. And the other thing I do want to mention is the fact that it's cash only. So you need to bring cash with you to get everything done. And again, that is
February
let's see if
28th.
there's anything else on here I want to tell you. Basically, it's February 28th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Everybody that usually does this knows the routine there. Vaccinations this year only, cash only. And like I said, if you need more information, you can call 734-942-7591, and they can answer more of your questions. So that, and just want to remind everybody that in April, even though this is only February, that we'll still have the free dumping days, so you can start figuring out, you know, what you're gonna clean out of your yards and what have you. And those free dumping days is gonna be April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Daytime hours, 8:30 to 3, and that'll be at the Romulus DPW. But if you got information, and also, no commercial waste, gotta show your residency, and, but that's in April, but I just wanted to throw that out there so people know that's coming up. And the last thing I'm gonna bring up is the fact that the Romulus Cemetery will be having their cleanup day. And that is, March, I wanted to get the date right, March 16th, which is on a Monday, and they'll start doing their cleanup. They're asking that everything gets removed by the 15th on that Sunday, and if not, then they're gonna start going through and cleaning up all the gray blankets and so on and so forth. So if you have anything out there that you want to keep, I would suggest getting out there before then. But other than that, that's all I have tonight.
Okay. Mr. McEnally, do you have anything from the Board of Appeals?
No, I've had one meeting under my belt, and it was a literal trial by fire, but I really don't have anything to report as of yet.
There is no March meeting, so,
Okay.
however, there likely will be April for Bucks Oil, the site plan that you looked
Yeah.
at last time.
And I will add that I have talked with people from the Mr. Tire that was at that meeting multiple times since the meeting, and I don't know exactly where we stand yet, but they may be wanting to make some changes for the opportunity to come back and get reheard through the BZA, but that's ongoing. Just an FYI.
Understood.
That's for him. Anybody else? Anything they want to add? Whoa. Everybody awake now? All righty. We'll move right along to item 11, which is communications, and we have our project status report.
Yep, I can let you know that we are very likely going to be having meetings in both March and April. Right now, for March, we are going to be scheduling this week a public hearing for Romulus Trade Center North, which is north of Amazon, for a couple cross-dock buildings that are rezoned to M1, conditional rezoning. In April, Fairways of Gateway do you remember that a couple years ago, maybe it was just last year, that you saw two changes. Duplexes that went to single family, that's all under construction now. Then the multiple part, the Bluffs, they are asking for single family there as well. So it's a PDA, public hearing, and, another amendment. Pretty simple, but does require a public hearing, and that should be ready by April. We're meeting on that in another week or so. Merriman School, quite a bit of work on that one. You saw them in December, but they have been working with Roberto on Merriman Road improvements, and Kevin on some conveyances of property to the city. And that agreement we just got in. It's not going to make it on March. We've got, I think, too much to look at with it, but that one will likely be on in April as well. So you're going to be busy. And then we have a few site plans scattered in there if they get done in time. So.
Carol, I have a question about Gateway. The last time they were here, there was a lot of concern about the water runoff and the storm drains there. Has that been improved, or have they worked on that?
Jeff. you know, what's
Because it was a
going on with
different
that?
section. I think that
It
they were
was a
worried
different
about.
section.
Yeah.
This is, you know, the part,
Was it one of the older sections that were there?
It was one of the first few phases, and then went into phase maybe 4 or 5 or
Edna, do
something.
you remember where it was, where the storm problem was? And it got touched on.
By Beverly Road, I believe.
They all connect, so if there's a problem in one, it becomes a problem in all. So there's no such thing as one section. There is that problem. Resolve, no. Working on, yes. The unfortunate part is the residents have to pay that bill. So there's that part.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Anybody else have any questions on the project report? The staff report?
I don't, but I have a comment.
Pardon me?
I said I don't, but I have a comment. Totally
Go ahead.
off agenda, no topic at all, and I'm gonna get in trouble for what I'm about to do, but I wanted to wish a rock star in our city a very happy birthday, and that's Danielle Funderburg. So,
Oh,
Happy birthday, Daniel.
well, if she's watching, we will say happy birthday.
she's not watching, but I'll tell her
Oh,
that
she
she's.
can watch the replay.
Exactly. Yeah, so she'll kill me and say, why'd you do that? But it's on Facebook, so people already know. Anyway.
Anything else, anybody? Nothing on the status report? Okay, guess what? Guess where we're at?
So move, Madam Chair.
Support.
Support.
You beat Edna to it? What's up with that?
Okay, I have a motion from Mr. Long, supported by Mr. McAnally, to adjourn. Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. McAnally?
Yes.
Ms. Bowaday?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kroga?
Yes?
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Gladfeld, he's not here. Ms. Jamison?
Yes.
That's everybody, I think.
I hope.
Oh, and me. Chair votes yes. This meeting stands adjourned.